Guys, so it's been quite a while. I've been doing a ton of golf, and I've still been riding the bike around, but I've been getting pretty slack about filming and stuff. So today was a perfect day, great opportunity to go for a cruise and get some taping in and get caught up with you guys. My golf game has improved dramatically, finally. Took a lot of hard work, but anyhow, this is all about the motorcycle. This is the DC 2021 Honda Gold Wing DCT. So it doesn't have any clutch or anything, but you guys all know that. This is the 17th video now in this series. So I have a bunch of things I put on it. You know, the backrest, which is good. The little bit fatter hand grips, which I like. The handlebar riser, which raises the handlebars up and back a little bit. The new windshield, which is wider. Let's see what else we get on here. The pegs, I got the highway pegs right here, and then I fattened up the foot peg for the brake, which is a nice addition. But everything else is pretty much stock. This is the bagger version, so it doesn't have the big seat in the back like the Tour. It's been spectacular. I'm coming up on. I've got 9,000 miles now, just clicked over 9,000. And so I'll be doing my second oil change at 10,000. I did the first one at 2,000, so then you're supposed to wait every 8,000. And then every 16, I think you do the oil and filters. Yeah, and I also got this back section, which is nice. I can tie things down. As you can see, I got these bungee cords and stuff. But all in all, I'm really, really loving the bike. It's super fun. Like I say, I don't get too much into the technical aspects of the bike. There's a lot of people that do that. But I'm 66 years old now, a couple of years older than my first video. And I'm still loving it. It's super easy to handle. So if you're thinking about getting a bike, once I saw DCT was available, I went and test drove one because I hated dealing with the clutch and the upshifting and all that. I wasn't really all that great at it. So, all right, I'm just going to go for a spin. I'll keep the chatting down and we can just enjoy the sound of the bike. And the plan is to go, I'm in Rancho Santa Fe area now. I think I'm going to go through here and then by Lake Hodges, which is nice, very pretty, and then through by Hernandez Hideaway, which is a nice little section of the Lake Hodges area. It's really beautiful right along the lake there. Very little secluded little neighborhood. Great restaurant. And then, let me get my head strapped here, yeah. And then I'm going to head out to the Ramona area, go by the Wild Animal Park, and try to get all the way to Ramona on this one film. If not, it'll just conk out along the way, and then you'll know, oops, that's the end of the tape. But anyhow. All right, I hope you guys are all doing well and staying healthy and happy. Okay, let's see, we're in gear. Off we go. Let's wait for these cars to go by. I really enjoy the bike on the off-roads more than on the highway. I just don't like dealing with the wind and everything and the high speed. It's way more casual and relaxing at the lower speeds of the back roads. You know, more twisty, turny. You know, I honestly can't think of anything negative to say about the DCT. My guess is that everyone, all of the other manufacturers are going to go in this direction. I've rode motorcycles my whole life, you know, pretty much mostly dirt. You know, I was never like a hot shot at it. I just enjoyed it, you know, just had fun with my friends and stuff. And it's another level of complexity, just like with the stick shift with the car. You know, you can miss the gear, or you can, you know, God forbid you friggin' stall it out or something embarrassing, but it happens. Well, this gives you such a humongous buffer for error. I mean, it's automatically shifting for you. You know. I mean, if you want to manually shift it, you can jump in and do that yourself with the paddle shifters. But I find myself, you know, really rarely using that. I'm almost always in tour mode. That's plenty of horsepower. The gears, when you go, there's 4 modes. But like I said, there's other YouTube videos that will go through all the technical details. I don't like to go through those. I'll just touch on them. But yeah, I always sit in tour mode. It's the power comes on smooth. Sport mode is really peppy, so it kind of can surprise you sometimes. You have to really roll the throttle on, in which case now you're just trying to be in tour mode anyhow, you know. But sport mode's great when you want to light it up, without a doubt. That's a lot of fun. Sport mode was the whole reason why I got a backrest, because freaking first time I tried it, I almost got launched off the back of the motorcycle. It was like, holy shit, I got to get me a backrest. So now, yeah, I pretty much stay mostly in tour mode. And you can when I need to like kick it down, you can use the paddle shifters and downshift. But the fun factor in this puppy is quite amazing. I mean, there are days when I might be just sitting around the house or something, and then it's like, you know, let's go for a spin. And it may not be anywhere special or anything, but it's just to get out on the bike. You know, anyone that likes motorcycles just knows that feeling when you get out on the bike. It's a nice break from things, and it's all, you know, our world can be pretty complicated, all this stuff going on. It's a nice little break from all that. But with the weight being low, it's, you know, it's an easy bike to handle. I have never dumped it. I've had it since 2020, late 2021, I think, is when I bought it. And yeah, I don't try to do too much low speed turning, where that's where you're gonna probably dump the friggin' thing. So I pretty much, you know, I'll just 3-point turn if I have to. Because it has reverse, has forward and reverse, you know, walking speeds. So it's simple to turn around and avoid, you know, trying to do anything too risky with all this weight. It's 800 pounds of motorcycle. So I'm like I think I'm shrinking, so probably 5'10" and a half now. 165-ish. And my inseam, I have like about a 31-inch inseam. It's really comfortable to sit on the bike. plenty of, I can sit on it flat-footed. One thing you'll tweak on this bike is, you can mess around with the suspension setting. It has some manuals, 15 settings I think it is, I can't remember the exact number. And you can just, click it into whatever setting you want and get the right kind of feel for the suspension in the rear. The front suspension is insane. I mean, it's completely detached from the handlebars, which is so cool. So, I mean, you can see it bouncing. I don't know if you can get a shot of that, but right down here, that's the front forks. So you see them bouncing in and out of holes and everything. Where the handlebar is completely buffered from all that. It's really nice. Zero vibration. So it doesn't wear on you if you're on a long cruise, All the electronics have been bulletproof. You can do the Bluetooth stuff. You can do Apple CarPlay. All the GPS stuff. Stereo's decent. Now we're coming into the Lake Hodges area. Bike gives you a good feeling of safety, because it's easy to handle. Braking is spectacular. With the balance and everything, and the performance is very dependable when you roll on the throttle or anything. Yeah, you can easily, that's what it's most famous for, but you can ride this puppy for hours. It's very comfortable. I still have the stock seat on here. I've heard people, everyone gets whatever is comfortable for them, so a lot of people may change over the seat, I don't know. I've heard there's some really nice seat options. If you're considering buying one, which a lot of people are when they watch these videos, I think that I can't highly recommend it enough to just go try it out. test drive one. That's what I did. I just got off the couch and went, wow, I saw it on TV or on YouTube or something. I think it was on YouTube. And I went, wow, that's pretty nice. I didn't know they had an automatic bike. And sure enough, it's freaking... So I went, took one for a spin and done. And then I just started negotiating. And since it was last year's, it was a 2021, you know what, I think I might have bought it in 2022. I think that's right. I think the 2022s were just coming out or about to come out. And I was thinking of waiting for the 2022s because they had a blue one that I was interested in. And I ended up going with the year older model that they had in the display one. So I was able to get a good deal off of by way of that effort, you know. And I'm glad I just bought it because the blue ones, I mean the 2022s, I don't know how long it took for them to come out because all the COVID delays and everything. Okay, Hernandez Hideaway is up here on the right, so we're going to drop off here. This is the Del Dios Highway right here. We're going to drop down into the small little neighborhood I was telling you about. Kind of a little dream neighborhood to live down here. It's really, really beautiful. Very, very quaint. I think all the neighbors here all know each other. There's Hernandez Hideaway right here on my left. A lot of bikers come here on the weekends, and it's just a really popular Mexican restaurant. Great margaritas. Here's Lake Hodges on our right. Super popular spot. Come down. People love to trail run and trail ride on their bikes. I don't think they allow dirt bikes. I think it's just like pedal bikes, off-road bikes. I love the way the trees around here form like a tunnel. One section's pretty much an entire tunnel almost. We'll get to that pretty soon. Yeah, it's quite the area. It's super peaceful. there's a statue right here that's pretty famous. Hoji, I think his name is. I didn't point it out last time. I want to take a second and point that up. I got beep that. And point it out. There he is. Hoji the something. It's some kind of, I think, a serpent or something. Here's that tunnel road I was telling you about. This is pretty cool. So we just left the Lake Hodges area, which is down on our right now, and we're headed east, and we're gonna go over the 15, and then we'll go by the Wild Animal Park. We can see the entrance. It's a popular park, which is the animals just roam free. In certain sections, of course, so they don't hurt each other, but it's quite spectacular. It's a little, you have to get lucky because a lot of the animals, they're in the shade or in the trees, you know, most of the day. So, but one thing which I haven't done, which sounds like a freaking awesome idea, would be to camp out at night. And I heard people have done that. Then the animals, a lot of them are a lot more active, and hopefully they stay in their area and they're not going to go in your camp area. I'm sure that's not an option, but they're out there now among tigers and lions and bears and stuff. I've heard people say then they can get a lion growl or tigers. Holy cow. I don't think I'd sleep a wink. fun too about the bike is usually when I go anywhere, anyone that's into motorcycles or whatever will typically ask me, you know, what it is, and there aren't a lot of Gold Wings on the road. There aren't a lot of motorcycles on the road around this particular area. Once you get on the PCH, you see a lot more motorcycles. A lot of Harleys. Harleys are super popular. This is definitely not your regular looking Gold Wing. Probably would look more like a Gold Wing if it had the seat in the back. People are more familiar with that look. But plus, of course, it's more sporty looking with the new, since 2018, the new design. They did a great job making the overall, I think they made it lighter. They put all the weights down low. Gas tank, you know, the gas tank is down low. This area is super ideal for, I love to golf and I love to ride my motorcycle, and this weather area, you know, in this area is so nice year round. It's very, excuse me, it's very few times when you can't go out and get a ride. Whoa, dude. Play some golf. One thing you get used to on this bike is without having a clutch or anything, you still need to have that friction, you know, that friction point between, you know, the throttle and the brake. So you end up riding the rear brake as you apply the throttle. So then you can have micro control over the speed and torque for slow speed stuff. So usually, whenever I'm taking a corner, I'm always on the rear brake and gas at the same time, so I can smoothly control the speed. But like I said, you know, typical Honda. I mean, I haven't done anything to the bike except, so after 2,000 miles, I decided I would do an early kind of oil change thing. you know, and changed all the filters, and there's a filter for the DCT, and then there's the oil filter, and then the oil. And that was all pretty easy to do. I highly recommend getting the center stand, which doesn't come with this model by default, so I purchased that. I forgot to mention that. And then it's easy to do the oil changes or anything else when you want to work on the bike sitting on a much stable platform, plus it's balanced. So I did that at 2,000 miles, and now the next thing due is just the oil change. There may be some other like things I'm overlooking. I'm sure there probably is, but what I might do at 10,000 is have like my first service thing. Just to make sure nothing's gone south. But I mean, it runs great. Always starts up. Like I said, classic Honda. So we're heading more and more east. We're in Escondido now. It's pretty toasty out here. We're a good distance now from the ocean breeze. But today's a good day. It's not all that hot right now. It's at 82 degrees right now. And it's a little bit after 11 o'clock. Hot air balloon over there. This is pretty wide open country along here. This is called Safari Park now. It used to be called Wild Animal Park many moons ago. Now it's called the Safari Park. Nice that, you know, you're not really too far from the ocean, and you can, more of the populated area, and then you don't have to drive too far, and bang, there you go. You get away from it all. I love that part of it. But here's the entrance to the safari park. I always wondered with this fence here, it doesn't look like it's going to stop a lion or tiger from jumping over it. I'm sure they have higher fences on the inner part. Crazy how high. I've seen a tiger on YouTube video jump up as high as a huge elephant and try to take a swipe at someone riding on the elephant. That's insane. They're just spectacular animals. We have 2 cats. They both think they're big beasts, you know. They're pretty cute. That was an example. That's one of the most common accidents I think motorcycles have, is people don't see you and they turn directly right into you. That gets scary. I'm always pretty super paranoid when I see a guy turning and see his blinker on up ahead of me. I'm ready to slam on the brakes. But so far, I mean, since I've gotten the bike, I haven't had any close calls at all. Zero. A big part of that is I don't drive at all during rush hour. I'm super conservative, you know. There are times when I was demoing the sport mode, which I was driving really like a maniac, but normally this is pretty much my speed, and that's what this bike is for anyhow. If you drive like this, you know, you're not going to get in much trouble. Just keep an eye for people coming onto the road in front of you, that kind of thing. I always drive my high beams on. Make sure I'm you know, the people can definitely see me. You know, except at night, of course, I don't drive with the high beams on. I really don't drive at night. I don't have to, you know, there's no need. And that's one thing I noticed, and part of it might have been my eyesight too, but the few times I did drive at night just to test it out, the headlights weren't that bright to me. So that's one thing I would have changed if I was going to drive at night more. I would try to get something extra light coverage, you know. Now we're going to go through the mountains and then pop out into Ramona, downtown Ramona. very popular cruise on the bike around, go on this ride. So nice on a road like this with the DCT. It's automatically shifting for me when I slow down. It's kicking it down. And really nice. You can just focus on the cornering and stuff and stay out of trouble. You should see some of the motorcycles when they come up here, and they can light it up on these corners. It's incredible. You see the sport bikes really laying it down, really, really cool. As long as they're safe, that is. Sound like a dad. This is the road to get out further out in the desert, where there's a lot of camping, and people love to take their dirt bikes out here, and huge area to go dirt bike riding, and hill climbs and jumps. It's really quite amazing. Anza Borrego, part of the desert, it's a state park. Very popular. feel it getting hotter and hotter as we go further east. It's starting to heat up. We're up to, well, it's only up to 83, but it feels hotter. I think we're getting a hot breeze from the desert. I'll let these guys go through. Now we're coming into Ramona. But a horse country. Mind you, the downtown area has like that look as if you could tie your horse up out in front of some older buildings. Normally it's pretty toasty when you come this far inland. This is a pretty nice day for this time of year. Usually it's in the 90s. We're right at 83. It's a really nice breeze. This is I'm so happy I decided to do this. Normally I wouldn't want to go this far east this time of year at least. I think I'll just pull in here somewhere. This looks good. Oh, Peak Barbecue. I've never tried that. It sounds like fun. Okay, this is end of the road. I think I'll probably got to run out of battery pretty soon.